Hi everyone, do you wonder why there are specific combinations of verb and noun, or adjective and noun are considered correct and others are considered incorrect? For example, it's turn on the light but not open the light, it's heavy rain but not big rain. This cannot be explained by rules. So as a teacher, how can we help our students to learn and produce these combinations? The activity that is going to be introduced today will help, which is called Dictogloss. Collocations refer to 2 to 3 word units combined together in a way that sounds correct to people that have spoken the language their whole lives but may not be as obvious to learners of a language. For example, turn on the computer, pay attention, and fast food. You might have heard of Dictogloss before. Now we modify it to teach collocation. The way a modified Dictogloss works involves 3 steps. First, teacher chooses a pre-task activity depending on learner's proficiency. This pre-task activity requires learners to do something with the target collocations. Second, the teacher reads a short L2 text aloud several times at normal speed while learners take notes of keywords and phrases. Third, learners interact in pairs and reconstruct the text in writing based on their notes and what they remember from the reading by the teacher. There are 2 types of pre-task activities. One is semantic-oriented, which means to work with meaning of the target collocations. For example, finding synonyms or antonyms for one of the collocating words in the collocations. Another example of a semantic-oriented pre-task activity is using the collocations to write sentences. A pre-task activity can also be structural-oriented, which means to work with the form of target collocations. For example, count the letters contained of the target collocations. Another example of a structural-oriented pre-task activity is creating rhymes for the target collocations. Between these 2 types of pre-task activities, some researchers show that semantic-oriented activities could be more effective for retaining verb-noun collocations. If you are a teacher, and you would like to run this modified Dictogloss, what do you and your students need to do? As a teacher, before carrying out modified Dictogloss, you should first decide on an appropriate topic for your learners. Then, find a relevant short text which has fewer than 150 words. After selecting a suitable text, read it and highlight all the verb-noun collocations. The teacher will use these highlighted collocations as the targets for the pre-task activity. If you have trouble finding the verb-noun collocations, you can identify the collocations by looking up the noun component in a collocation dictionary. While you are carrying out the modified Dictogloss in class, you first need to conduct a pre-task activity to reinforce the bond between the 2 words in the collocation. For example, give learners a list of collocations and ask them to use the collocations in writing sentences. After that, read the short L2 text aloud several times at normal speed while learners take notes of keywords and phrases. Once the activity is completed, teacher has several options for what to do next. For example, teacher can display the original text and ask students to compare their reconstructed texts with the original one. Teacher can also give back the original pre-task materials and ask students to check whether they produced intact collocations in their reconstructed texts. For students who participated in a modified Dictogloss activity, they need to first take part in the pre-task activity assigned by the teacher. And then, while the teacher is reading the text, they take notes of the key words and phrases. After that, they will interact in pairs and reconstruct the text in writing based on their notes and what they remember from the reading by the teacher. Teacher who conducts modified Dictogloss in classes increases students' knowledge of collocations, meanwhile, increases their listening, speaking, and writing skills. It is because this activity provides opportunities for students to engage in meaning-focused input, meaning-focused output, and language-focused learning. Do you know how to apply Dictogloss to teach collocations now? Try and see how effective it is. Remember, the modified Dictogloss can be used for all collocation types, not just verb and noun collocations. Check out this paper if you want to know more about the Dictogloss activity.